Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 13th of September. How are you tonight? What are you grateful for this Wednesday night? That is what I want to know. Tell me about your day and what you are grateful for. While I get all my screens going here. Where am I going here? Boom. Come on here, computer. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Great to have you here. Great to have you here live. I'm trying to get all my live screens going here. There we go. We got them up and going. How are things in Illinois? Nice weather. Get rid of this rain. It'd be nice if you sent us some nice weather. We would take that. We would take some dry days. Would be very, very nice. It's and weather is beautiful. We could use that. We could use some nice weather. We could. Been an interesting couple of days. But hey, this too shall pass. We survived 100% of our worst days. We have, and we will get through this too. But it is good to be here on this Wednesday. I can't believe we're already flying through halfway through September. Like just over a month to make it happen in Orlando. Lots of exciting things happening with that. Lots of exciting things. Yeah, well, we have not, and our part of the area is okay by a little bit. If our furniture store was where it used to be, we would have had a real problem. That part of town had a real problem, and was very bad. Where we are, um, there's bad stuff and everything, and but we're okay. Um, the interesting thing is that because it has gotten so much press coverage now, most of Leominster, starting tomorrow, schools will be back in session. So schools will be back in session tomorrow, although they are running on a 2-hour delay because there's still some streets that they have to navigate and work around. Excuse me, dog. I have Luna in here tonight, and Luna is being a puppy. Luna is being all puppy tonight. Sorry about that. So hoping the school is getting back to normal tomorrow. With schools being back to normal tomorrow, that we will get back to normal tomorrow, that business will get back to normal because people have thought Leominster is essentially closed based on the news reports. Because if you watch the news, and they always start like the questions are: is there a sinkhole in your parking lot? Is there a sinkhole in the street in front of your store? Are you able to be open? It's that kind of thing. How many sinkholes? And it's not like the whole city is a sinkhole, but you think that from the news. Good long time customer, and consigner's house is basically a sinkhole, but all of Leominster is not. So we're certainly there. We know restaurants that were flooded out and other businesses, and trying to do all we can to help anyone that we can, but also trying to add a air of normalcy to things, which is what you need to do in a tragedy. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. So let's get started with the Stay Positive. Okay, Carrie, how are you? Hope things are well in Florida. Hope things are well. Let's get started with Stay Positive. Tonight we are on page 272. fear is keeping you from doing something you know you are meant to do, then you have an even greater reason to do it. When you conquer your greatest fear, you're able to live and share your greater purpose. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Ryland's got the link to Facebook, to YouTube on there if you have a problem with Facebook. And actually, I just noticed the Facebook camera's a little low here, so we will plug that in to make sure we don't run out of battery while we're going here tonight. Oops, that made me sideways. So when tragedy strikes, like it did in Leominster this week, I thought I'd talk a little bit about that. So if you've seen, the flash floods on the news, and those are things you really tend to see, but they're not in your town. You're like, oh my God, that's in the news or on a movie. Monday night, I started getting texts. Hope it's okay. I closed the stores early because of the state of the emergency. And my gut reaction as I looked out my office window here was, what do you mean you're closing the stores early? State of emergency. What kind of joke is this? The mayor. Who does the mayor think he is? Let me get him on the phone. I got his number. I'll get the mayor on the phone. Who does he think he is declaring the state of emergency? What's going on? And then all the pictures started coming in. I was getting texts and emails and links and all the pictures of what was happening in town. I was not in Leominster. Started coming into my phone. And, you quickly saw that these flash floods, they call them flash floods for a reason. Okay, this happened literally, over an hour and a half. I mean, all of a sudden, we had all this water. They say, some 11 inches of rain in Leominster in a very, very short period of time. It was just crazy. I mean, if you've seen the pictures on the news, and I knew it made national news because the next morning my phone kept on going on fire because everybody was, and even today, because it really is unbelievable. You don't expect that. The mobile home park that you see on the news is, I had one of my team members and her family living there, and they were evacuated. Hey, Michelle. And they're okay. Their home had minor damage. Their cars are basically a loss in the water. Hey, Michelle. So we had a flash flood in Leominster, Massachusetts the other day, Monday night, and unbelievable flooding out of nowhere, flooding. Things that I just never seen it. I mean, and we weathered, like one of the big storms I remember was the big ice storm of 2008, 2009, probably 2009. Was no power, everything was ice. The trees were all weighted down by ice. It was unbelievable, and I remember getting through that. But this just came on so fast. It was really nuts. Thanks, Jennifer. But so we had that team member that had to be rescued and her family, and then she actually, in a good news story, another team member, cleared out their dining room and made rooms for them and their family in their house locally. It was quite an adventure for our team to get home. The last three team members to close that night was quite an adventure to get them home. It was because all the roads were blocked. You'd go down, and this one would be a river. And part of the problem with the river wasn't just the water; is manhole covers were just floating down the street and things. So you could drive down and be driving into and get your car stuck in a manhole or a sewer grate. So it was just really nuts. But what the important thing is, and one of the lessons to take from this is account for your team, account for your customers. Okay, stuff can get replaced. Stores can get flooded. Stores can get damaged. All sorts of things can happen in a business. But the important thing is take care of your team. So, the most important thing to us was get them home safely if that was possible, or make them comfortable in the stores, because you couldn't get to where there were hotels because that's where all the water was. That was the worst part of the city. So, it was getting them out of there and keeping people safe. And that is the important thing when you have tragedies. It's the people aspect. It's keeping everybody safe, keeping your customers safe. If there are customers in the store, the rest of it does not matter. The rest of it does not matter. It is all about keeping everyone safe. So, and responding to it quickly. Making the decisions that need to be made. Just like anything else that happens in your business, that is the important part. Is making those decisions and keeping everything moving forward. So, but thankfully everybody's okay, and tomorrow it looks like we'll get back to a little bit of normal because schools will reopen. They were using some of the schools as shelter. Some of the schools had flooding damage, and so but they are opening tomorrow on a 2-hour delay. So that is a good thing because it's also important for people to get back to normal. So when you're able, okay, it's not insensitive to others to open your store, to be a safe place, because for your customers, you are a safe place. For your employees, you are a safe place if your business isn't damaged and is able to be open, even though you may not do much, if any, business, which has been the last couple of days. We haven't done much of any business since this happened, but it's been important to be there and be that safe place for that for them because they come there and they find safety. They come there and they find normalcy. Okay, going to work and or going shopping and just that little bit of normalcy really means a lot, okay, to your team if you're able to do that. And that is like being a rock. That is being stable. That's not being insensitive to the other people who didn't fare as well. Okay, we've done plenty, to be there and provide anything we could to the people that haven't, that didn't fare as well. But being a safe place does feel normal. Hey, Laurel, how are you? Jeannie, how are you? Um, so that I share that with you because of that, and keeping that stability. Normalcy is great, even when things aren't normal, even when things are not normal. So I hope to never have Lemonster on the news again like that. But it is it's been an interesting couple of days with that. So, but we are blessed to have a powerful and strong community and powerful and strong team members and customers and consignors. So, thank you to all for all your thoughts. I got a couple other things for you tonight. Um, because you need a little fun, Cup of Noodle is not to be outdone by Red Bull. Red Bull, the champion of energy drinks. Cup of Noodle is now adding caffeine to flavors, specifically targeting gamers. Okay, people that are staying up all night playing video games. Cup of Noodle is adding gaming Cup of Noodle and gaming curry meshi rates. Okay. I just had to throw that in because it's just funny. Okay, the cup of noodle, the cup of noodle, the ramen of college students is actually has to appeal to the gamers now too. The other night we talked about salary ranges, and I made some of you sick. I didn't. It was not my intention to make you sick or make you drink coffee or whatever other drinks you were consuming at the time. That was not my goal there, and so I do apologize to anyone who's drink went flying when I talked about the uh, proposed rule change to salaries. Uh, well, you know, one, it hasn't happened yet, but it's probably going to. Um, but I am also going to talk because you all asked for a warning in advance. I will give you this moment before I talk about a different issue with wages. This one might, I suspect, will make you happier. Okay, I suspect this will make you happier, but I'm going to give you 5 seconds to turn me off if you want to. You can turn me off if you want, if you want to, but we have I have another wage thing to talk about, but I think this one's going to make you slightly happier. That's what I'm. If you see me looking around, Luna, our new puppy, is in here with me tonight, and I am trying to keep an eye on her. She's been in an energy work as I came on tonight, and it's been all over the place in the office. So I've been trying to make sure she's not getting into stuff she shouldn't be. Um, some good news in wages, maybe this is good news, maybe it's not. Can we see? I will lift her right now. She's laying still, but I will lift her up before I do that. Before I do that. So I don't know what you're typing, Michelle, but I will get you. I will do that for you. Hey, Ellen, how are you? Magazine cover story person. So Walmart is lowering wages, not raising wages, but lowering wages. Walmart is lowering wages. That's awesome. That's awesome, Michelle. Uh, Always working, you are. The entrepreneurial spirit. Walmart is lowering starting wages across the country. They are lowering starting wages, um, and they feel that they're at a point that they can do that instead of raising wages. So wages are going down at Walmart. And actually, have they started quietly doing this in July and have rolled it out like a rollback. They're rolling back wages. Um, which is, I always look at it as a train that once that's left the building, it's left the building. But Walmart is a trendsetter. So they are doing that for entry level positions. They are lowering wages. So what do they consider an entry level position? They consider it a self checkout monitor, a door monitor, cleaning, cashier. A advanced skill position might be a deli clerk that would get a little bump, but that can be as much as $1 less, in wages, and it varies around the country. Their pay scale varies a little bit by location in the country, but they are lowering wages. So that can have an interesting effect on retail workers and the retail workforce. I don't see that. I look at that as a train that's left the building. That we have to find ways to make our business smarter. That you have to find ways to grow your business, to grow your systems and processes to be more efficient. Because you know, you can't do everything with the same level of staff that you did when you're paying them $20 an hour. This Under Armour shirt, as sharp as it looks on me, is only worth so much. It's only ever going to be worth so much. And so does the track eventually bring the train back? Well, yes, but you still want the station to be standing when it does, Michelle. You still want the station to be standing. You want to be a more efficient and a better business. And that's what this is all about, is constantly reinventing yourself and reinventing your processes so that you are growing your business. Okay, you're growing your sales, you're growing your bottom line, so that you're keeping more, so that you're hiring a more skilled workforce. You may be paying people more money. Okay, like I tossed around the other night, $20 an hour minimum wage, and you're paying people more money, but you're working with less of them. Okay, and you're doing that because they're working the system, they're working the process. And when you have a process, okay, and you are working the process, amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen. I mean, you will be amazed. For those of you coming to Make It Happen in Orlando, okay, you'll be amazed what we do with peanut butter and jelly. Okay, we won't make you eat it if you have a peanut allergy, but we are going to teach you some amazing business lessons with peanut butter and jelly in Orlando, and I'm really excited about when we do that. I'm really, really excited about peanut butter and jelly, and how that applies to your business and running a better business. How that applies to running your business and running a better business. Um, and that's pretty exciting. And we just heard from our friends at Emporia that they're going to be sharing with us. They're going to come to Make It Happen Orlando, and they're going to be showing you new software features in all the software programs, uh, Simple Consign and Liberty, and they're going to be there. We're really excited about that they're joining us, um, and that they're going to meet with all of you, and come to dinner and everything else. So it's really that is really exciting that we're going to have them there in person, not only for showing the new software features, unveiling first time ever, I think, their new software features, but also they're going to be there for dinner to meet one on one with you, to have break bread with you, which is awesome. We're excited for that. We're excited for that in Orlando. So if you haven't registered, make sure you do get registered for Make It Happen Orlando. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, well, they really have three offices. Emporia has actually a Boston office. The corporate office for Emporia is in Boston. And they have the St. Louis, Columbia, Missouri office, and they have the Orlando office. But they're coming in for this. They're coming in for this, and they wanted to be a part of it. So we are excited that they confirmed that they're going to be able to do that and cover features, and then back into come out to dinner. So we are excited to have them for that, and that in-person time. So if you haven't registered, make sure you get registered, because it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. So much good stuff that we're gonna be covering. So much great stuff that we have on tap with that. But really getting into the procedures is gonna be a neat thing. And how Angie turns peanut butter and jelly into something is going to be pretty neat. Pretty neat. So, what else is happening in this video and everything I talk about? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell, ring it. So you know when another one drops. You can also share with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. On here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8th and Ish, Sunday and Wednesday at more 8th and Ish. But if you have a question between, just email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. Okay, I promised you the puppy tonight. Here is Luna. Michelle, this is Luna. You wanted to see her. And of course, right now, she's being all good and cute and beautiful. She is being all good and cute and beautiful. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. We start the program with The Stay Positive book. Tonight we're on page 272, I think. 272. When fear is keeping you from doing something you know you're meant to do, then you have an even greater reason to do it. Because when you conquer your greatest fears, you're able to live and share your greater purpose. When you are fearful, stressed, or putting pressure on yourself, remember that one day you'll die. You don't do this to become more fearful. You do this to become more focused, to enjoy your life, to make the most of the day, to do what matters most, to fearlessly go for it. Do not waste time on trivial things. Just live without regret. There you go, people. There you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson, and this is Luna. We like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, the making after party in Orlando, Florida, October 21st to 23rd. Make sure you register and you are there. Can't wait to see you. But until then, and until Sunday, I'm Maureen Dinesh. Know that you, and you, but most importantly, you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday.